The following situation unfolds near a forest edge that had seen recent fighting. A Russian soldier lies asleep on the ground, unaware that he has already been detected by a Ukrainian FPV drone. As the sound of the engine grows closer, he suddenly wakes and attempts to react, rolling across the ground in an effort to evade the threat. The movement comes too late. From above, the drone maintains alignment, and the attempt to escape proves ineffective under sustained aerial pressure. In a separate situation, a Ukrainian drone detects a Russian soldier resting against a concrete utility pole near the forest edge. The position offers little cover and no early warning. Coordinates are passed immediately, and an FPV unit moves in with minimal adjustment. The approach is quiet and direct. The soldier remains unaware of the threat until the moment of contact, illustrating how brief pauses near exposed terrain can quickly turn into critical vulnerability under aerial observation. The next sequence captures a Russian soldier lying low in a grassy field, who looks up and notices an FPV drone overhead. He rises and begins to run. But after only a few steps, the drone releases an aerial munition nearby, cutting off his escape. Not far from that point, another soldier reacts in panic, attempting to flee while firing blindly, but his movement is quickly intercepted. Further along the tree line, a third Russian soldier remains motionless at the base of a tree as the drone approaches. Only when the aircraft closes the distance does he break cover and attempt to run. Each reaction is observed from above, illustrating how delayed awareness and sudden movement shape outcomes under persistent aerial surveillance. The following situation unfolds as a Ukrainian drone flies low while pursuing a Russian soldier who has just crashed his motorcycle. The soldier runs and repeatedly changes direction, but the drone stays ahead and blocks his movement. Nearby, along a dirt road, another FPV drone chases two Russian soldiers until their path collapses into a collision. Elsewhere, a separate soldier freezes in place as another FPV unit closes in, illustrating how simultaneous aerial pressure overwhelms movement and decision-making across the area. The following situation unfolds in a settlement that had been struck during a recent Russian advance. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects three Russian soldiers moving along the edge of the damaged area. After brief coordination, the soldiers enter a nearby house, using it as temporary cover. Once the last figure disappears inside, an FPV drone is directed toward the structure and initiates an engagement. After the initial action, one soldier is left behind, while the remaining two flee into a neighboring building in search of safer concealment. The movement is immediately tracked. Multiple Ukrainian drones arrive in sequence, surrounding the position and engaging the second structure from different angles. The ruined houses offer only momentary shelter as aerial pressure steadily closes in. The following sequence takes place along a dirt road near an active combat zone. A Ukrainian FPV drone flies low, scanning for targets as it moves along the route. It passes close to one Russian soldier before redirecting toward another figure ahead. The second soldier is pushing a makeshift single-wheel ambulance cart, attempting to evacuate a wounded comrade. The drone aligns and commits, illustrating how movement along exposed routes quickly draws aerial attention under close surveillance. The following sequence is recorded by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone monitoring movement near a cluster of destroyed buildings. Two Ukrainian drones maneuver in the area as a Russian soldier remains close to the structures, searching for a route across the road while scanning for cover. At that moment, a second Russian soldier unexpectedly appears near the roadside and is immediately engaged by one of the drones. The first soldier halts, visibly unsure whether to advance or withdraw. After several seconds of hesitation, he turns and runs back toward the same ruined building he had used for concealment earlier. As he enters the structure, one Ukrainian drone attempts to pursue through a window but is briefly caught on a metal obstruction. The pause is short. A second drone approaches from another angle, identifies a different opening, and enters the building. With the location confirmed and no remaining escape paths, the engagement concludes under sustained aerial observation. In a settlement near Pokrovsk, a Ukrainian drone holds position above a quiet street. After receiving coordinates of a nearby Russian patrol, it advances slowly. As the drone closes in, the group detects the threat and breaks into a panicked run. The attempt to escape fails under sustained aerial control. The following event unfolds on an abandoned agricultural field near Pokrovsk, where standing water remains after recent rainfall. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects two Russian soldiers attempting to cross the flooded ground. Their movement is slow and exposed, constrained by mud and shallow pools. The coordinates are relayed, and another Ukrainian drone moves in, focusing on the lead soldier. As the drone commits to the approach, the trailing soldier drops prone and attempts to deter it with his weapon, but the effort has no effect. The second soldier then rises in panic and pushes forward, trying to pass through the waterlogged sections where the lead figure has become delayed. The terrain works against him, limiting speed and balance. At that moment, an additional drone arrives, forcing him to halt and attempt once more to drive it away. The attempt fails. After the engagement, the soldier appears lightly injured and manages to move a short distance before lying down to apply a field dressing. While he focuses on self-aid, another drone rapidly closes in. The final approach is controlled and precise, ending the sequence. From above, the flooded field returns to stillness, underscoring how terrain, timing, and layered aerial presence combine to remove escape options under constant observation. Near a trench line outside Pokrovsk, a Ukrainian FPV drone flies low toward a Russian soldier moving along the edge. As the drone commits, the soldier drops into the trench to evade. The aircraft circles, reacquires the position, and descends again before the soldier can rise and escape. The following situation unfolds inside a forest edge held by Russian forces near Pokrovsk. A Ukrainian FPV drone flying low detects a Russian soldier concealed behind a tree trunk. As the drone approaches, the soldier turns and runs along the tree line, attempting to break contact. The drone remains close behind, tracking each change in direction. After several meters, the soldier appears to realize escape is no longer possible. He stops and throws a rifle magazine toward the drone in a final attempt to disrupt the approach. The maneuver fails. The drone maintains its course and commits. After the initial engagement, a second Russian soldier nearby freezes beneath another tree, remaining motionless to avoid detection. From above, a separate FPV unit identifies the position and begins a controlled approach, closing in on the concealed figure. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects two Russian soldiers riding motorcycles across a grassy field. Their movement is exposed from above, leaving little room to adjust. An FPV drone is immediately dispatched and moves to intercept, cutting across their path. After the first engagement, both riders fall into the grass and remain separated. A second FPV drone arrives and focuses on one of the downed soldiers, confirming position before acting. Moments later, another FPV unit approaches the remaining figure. The drone pauses briefly to assess posture and movement, verifying the situation from close range. Once confirmation is complete, it commits and brings the sequence to an end. From above, the area is rechecked to ensure no further movement, illustrating how layered drone coordination can isolate targets and control open terrain. The following situation unfolds beneath a damaged bridge outside Pokrovsk. a Ukrainian drone detects two Russian soldiers concealed under the span, remaining still in the shadows. Instead of approaching directly, the drone circles to the opposite side of the bridge, selecting a clearer angle for access. Throughout the maneuver, both soldiers remain motionless, avoiding eye contact and hoping the aircraft will move on. That expectation proves misplaced. The drone maintains its heading, confirms position and spacing, and commits to the approach. What began as concealment under damaged infrastructure ends when aerial persistence removes the last margin for uncertainty. A reconnaissance drone detects movement near a dense cluster of bushes, where several Russian soldiers move quietly along the tree line. Coordinates are transmitted back to command without delay. Moments later, artillery units from the 28th Mechanized Brigade adjust their fire. The first strike disables two soldiers near the outer edge of the brush. A second round follows, targeting two more resting beneath a tree deeper inside the forest. Farther east, two additional figures are caught near the forest boundary. The final salvo collapses a nearby shelter, ending the brief attempt at concealment. The sequence highlights how coordinated reconnaissance and precise artillery, linked by real-time data, accelerate battlefield awareness and compress reaction time across contested terrain.